What's up, everybody? I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. I'm Anthony. On today's video, I have a special one for you. Probably going to be one of the most important videos I ever put on this channel. What am I talking about? Well, today we're going to have a discussion and a demonstration of an alternative to olive oil. Stay tuned. That's right, today we're going to be talking about an alternative to olive oil. But first I have to explain why it is so important. Now, for those of you who are unaware, fats are extremely hard to find in nature, okay? If you go back even a few thousand years, you will understand that there's a lot of animals that do not have a lot of fats in them. So yeah, you may find like fish. Fish are extremely fatty. So are things like bear and pig. But if you actually look at most of your mammals that you're going to find huntable today, they're surprisingly lean. Moose, elk, deer, they don't have very much fat on them, and the ones that they do, the fat they do have on, doesn't taste very good. So we have gone into domestication to try to fatten these animals up artificially so we can get our fat sources that way. But when it comes down to the plant world, you really don't get very many options to put good quality fats in your body. So that's why the olive is so important, because in the plant world, all you really have is seeds and nuts. Olives are great because they're a fruit, but that also produces a very high quality oil that's able to be pressed and stored for a long time. So when it comes down to it, places like the Mediterranean were extremely vital to the growth of the world because they were able to produce things like olive oil. For me, I live in South Carolina. Now, I don't live by the coast. I live past the fall line, all right, closer towards the mountains than the coast. So when it comes down to growing olives, I have an olive tree. I'm seeing if it produces, but it's not looking great because we don't have hardly any olive orchards anywhere in my state except the coast. So the chances of it surviving and actually producing are very, very, very small. So in order to come up with the good fat that I could store, I've had to think outside the box. I've been successful so far in pecan oil, all right? Pecans, pecans, however you want to pronounce them, are very good a source of oil if you just roast them and then put them through an expeller. But sunflowers, which I thought would be a good one, I don't get very much oil from them at all. So that's kind of got kicked to the side. So I had to think about another solution, another potential plant that I could grow that would give me that oil. So I did a little bit of searching and I came across this. I know what you're thinking. It's a pumpkin. You're darn right it's a pumpkin. You have seeds in here. All pumpkins, all winter squashes have seeds. Well, what did I say earlier was a very good source of fats, nuts and seeds. Well, if you have a whole bunch of seeds, congratulations, you can squeeze these for oil. One thing I definitely wanted to make sure I mention is the fact that pumpkins, most pumpkins have seeds that have holes on them, okay? If you've ever carved a pumpkin for Halloween, you know when you scoop all the seeds out that they each have their own little hole that you have to shell them first before you actually get the inside guts of the pumpkin seeds. So if you are going to put those through an expeller to press them, then congratulations, you are going to have to take the shell off each and every single one of those. Now, why is this one so important? Let me tell you, this is a Styrian pumpkin, okay? Styrian as in the Styria region of Austria and Switzerland. Now, the reason why this is so important is because they bred their own style pumpkin that does not have that shell on the seeds. So you can cut this open and congratulations, the seeds are ready to be pressed almost immediately. So that's why I wanted to show it to y'all, bring it to you guys as potentially a solution to olive oil, because guess what this can be, guess where this can be grown? Almost anywhere. If you can grow winter squash, you can grow this. One of the things when you're checking out this pumpkin is it was bred for seeds only. Meaning when you cut it in half, you don't get very much meat inside because you get a whole bunch of seeds. Now these seeds don't have holes on them, which means they can go right into the press. However, upon all my reading, it wasn't specified if it was a cold press or hot press, or if you have to roast the seeds first. So we are going to have to see what works best for us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this in half. I'm going to take one half of the seeds and I'm going to press them straight out of the pumpkin. I'm going to put them right into the press, the expeller, and I'm going to hot press them to see if it actually gets oil. If that works, then congratulations, bam. But if that doesn't work, then I'm going to roast the other half in the oven for about, I don't know, half an hour. You roast the seeds whenever you have, like say, peanuts or whatever, and you roast them, it makes the oils more readily available to be pressed. So I'm going to see if that works better. And whichever one does work better, then that's what I'm going to do for the rest of the pumpkins I'm growing. Okay, so we are done pressing, and I want to go ahead and talk about this because some very important things happened and one crucial thing happened, and I want to make sure that we are all on the same page. Now, the first thing that happened was I split both seeds up to, two different piles. The one bowl was for a fresh press, and the second bowl was I wanted to roast them and then press them because I wanted to see how they acted. I wanted to see if they acted like olive oil and was very delicate, and then I wanted to see if they acted like a nut would, like a pecan or a peanut, and see if it acted with heat better. Now, the first pressing I did was straight up put it in the machine after preheating for 10 minutes and just straight up pressing it, okay? That's just a regular hot press, and I was able to get 19 grams of oil from 100 grams, meaning that is 19% oil by weight volume, which is not bad, all right? It's not great, but it's not bad. But when I pressed that, what was left over in the gunk still had oil in there, so if I would let it sit even longer, then I probably would have gotten more than 19%, but just for sake of evens, we're going to say 19%. Now, the next batch I did, I roasted them for 30 minutes at 300 degrees, all right? Because I wanted to see if it acted like peanuts, because peanuts will not flow very well at all unless they are roasted. So, roasted them, put them in the machine, and guess what? We got nothing. Nothing at all. That means that the oil is that delicate that the heat it was roasted under destroyed the oils. Now, why this is crucial and why this is very important is it proves point blank period that this oil is delicate and is a very close cousin or alternate to olive oil. Now, since olive oil is delicate, it basically means that if you add any kind of heat to it, it kind of ruins the quality of the oil. That's why it's not very good to cook with unrefined olive oil. Well, same principle here. What we saw was if we added heat, if we roasted these seeds, then we got no oil. And I can tell you point blank from the smell in the house, the oil burnt up as it was roasting, all right? So keep in mind, boom, that right there shows that there is a very good correlation between these Styrian pumpkin seeds and olive oil, meaning that you can use the same pumpkin oil that I just did in the place of most olive oil recipes. So if you want to make things like a pesto, if you want to make things just like salad dressing, like you would with olive oil, this oil would work very, very well for that. All right, so I think I'm going to wrap this video up. What we learned today was something I wanted to make sure I showed everybody on YouTube because it is an extremely important lesson that you can grow other things besides having an olive tree to still get a good quality, high quality oil from a plant source. All right, that's the whole principle of this video. That's what I wanted to show y'all. This pumpkin can be grown very easily, especially in my climate, but basically all over the United States. Anywhere that you can grow winter squash. You grow it just like winter squash. You can even grow it up a trellis because I have it growing up my fence. Yes, a big giant pumpkin growing up my fence. Here is a picture. I can tell you right now, it really doesn't mind the heat. It's been over 95 these last couple of days, and the vine looks completely fine. It actually looks better than my zucchini, so take that as you will. But if you learned anything from this video, please do me a humongous favor and give me a thumbs up. It very much helps out my channel, and I would absolutely appreciate it. Subscribe, share this video with someone who you think might appreciate it, and I will catch y'all later, okay? Bye.